Welcome to Piano Lesson 2, where you'll continue to develop your piano playing skills. Let's get ready to learn and play together by firstly checking in with our posture. Make sure your back is straight and your neck is long, your shoulders are relaxed, your feet are flat on the floor, your elbows are level with the keyboard or slightly above the keyboard, your forearms are angling down towards the keys, and at the end of those arms you've got lovely loose wrists, dome-shaped hands and curved fingers. You're also feeling positive, relaxed and ready to focus on developing some new skills. It's time to warm up, just as you would before you were going to start an exercise session. We're going to warm up our right hand and we'll play our first 5 notes again, first ascending or going up and then descending or going down. Me first and then we'll do some together. Off I go. Let's do 3 of those together. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And now we're warmed up. Let's review what we did last lesson. We looked at playing our 5 notes on the treble stave as semibreves, minims and crotchets. Let's play a couple of examples together to review what we covered. Let's do this one first. Off we go. Together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the next one. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How did that feel? Were you comfortable playing your F minims and your D crotchets? Did the music flow? If not, spend some time reviewing what we did last lesson, and that's really no big deal. It just means that you need some more time to consolidate the skills that we looked at last lesson. Spend some time reviewing those, and I'll see you back here next time. If you easily recognised your treble notes and comfortably played those examples, let's move on. Let's have a go at playing some tunes. Here's our first one. Let's look at the music from left to right. You can see we've got a treble clef, so we're going to be playing notes mostly on the upper half of the piano with our right hand. We've got a time signature of 4/4, so we're counting 4 beats in a bar. And if you scan through the music, you can see every one of our bars or measures has semi-breve notes in them, and remember they last for a count of 4. If I was going to show you my interpretation of this first example, in the first bar we've got middle C. I'm going to play that with my thumb and hold it down for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, then comes E, 2, 3, 4, then comes G, 2, 3, 4, and E, 2, 3, 4. I'll do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Your turn to play. Off you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, make sure your hand is dome-shaped and your fingers are curved when you're pressing down each of those keys. Let's do it together one more time. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the next example. I'll go through this one first and then we'll play it together. Again, looking at the music from left to right, we're in the treble clef, we're counting 4, we've got semi-breves. This time it looks like we're starting on F, and I'll play my F with finger 4 before I continue on through the rest of the music. Off I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that one together. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And maybe one more time for good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Let's have a look at the next one. This time, have a go and see if you can play this little tune yourself. And then after you've had a pause and had a play, I'll show you my interpretation and you can see how you went. Time to pause and play and see how you go with this little tune on your own. Good luck. Here's my interpretation of that example. Off I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're done. Excellent. How did you go? So you can see again, we're still using the treble clef, we're still counting 4, we've got all those semi-breves that we're holding down for the whole bar. Have a look at the next example. Again, have a pause and have a play and see how you go. Here's my interpretation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm done. With respect to the tempo and your counting, you can play these examples at whatever tempo you feel comfortable at. Always when learning new music, it's a good idea to keep things nice and slow and steady to give your brain and your fingers enough time to process all the information that they need to. Let's have a look at this example. Have a pause and have a play. Here's my interpretation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see in this example, we've got some minims this time, so not all our notes are semi-breves. We're still in the treble and we're still counting 4. Some other bits and pieces that you might want to add to your sheet music to help you along are the following. You can always add in the counting if you're not sure when notes should be played. You can add in fingering numbers, and these really help sometimes work out what note you need to play. It's really best to avoid writing in the letter names of the notes. All you end up doing in this case is memorising how the letter names relate to the keys on the piano rather than how the notes relate to the keys on the piano. So write in as much fingering as you want, write in as much counting as you want. Let's have a look at the next example. Have a pause and have a play. Here's my interpretation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So you can see that I'm starting with finger 5 on those G's, they're minims, then going down to the F, which is a semi-breve, a couple of D minims, and then C. You'll also notice when I've been playing all these examples, I'm playing them in a legato manner, or so that the sounds are joined up. I could also play them detached. It would sound something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But I'm choosing to play them legato or joining up the sounds as much as possible. In this instance, there's nothing on the music to indicate which way we should play it, so your interpretation and the way you play your notes, whether they're joined up and legato or detached, is entirely up to you. Let's have a look at the next example. Have a pause and have a play. Here's my interpretation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see that I chose to play legato again and join up those sounds as much as possible. Here's another one. Have a go. And my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's another example. This time it looks like we've got everything in there, including the kitchen sink. Semi-breves, minims and crotchets. Have a pause and have a play. And my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, I chose to play it legato. I started with my thumb on middle C, couple of minims on the D, and then a couple of crotchets on the E, couple more on the D, and then finishing off on the middle C again. Another one, see how you go. And my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. You can see that this one's getting a bit busier. And again, we've got semibreves, minims and crotchets. It's all happening. Let's have a look at another one. Off you go. And my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. So you can see this one's a little bit busier again. Got a few more crotchets in there and some minims and some semibreves. We're starting with the little finger on G, then going down to F and E, which are crotchets in that first bar, a couple of D minims in the second bar, then we've got 4 crotchets, G, E, F and D, and then finishing on middle C. And here's the last one. See how you go with this one. And my interpretation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or for a change, we're finishing on the G. And again, I chose to play it legato. I started on middle C, went up those 4 crotchets to the 2 Gs in the second bar. Then we had 4 crotchets in the second last bar and finished on the G. That's it for this lesson. Make sure that you feel completely comfortable with the skills that we've looked at today before you move on. You might need to practice these tunes a few times in order for your music reading and playing skills to be cemented into your brain and into your fingers. When I provide these tunes to my live students, this would be enough material to keep them busy for a few practice sessions, assuming that they practice them with their 5-finger warm-up for about 10 minutes each session. Remember, don't be in a rush. Enjoy the journey and give your fingers and your brain all of the time that they need to process and develop these new skills. Next time, we'll play some longer and slightly more challenging tunes.